Only 2 races left in the NASCAR Pokemon Cup Series season. And now, before we get to the championship at Zenjoltis, we head to Talladega Super Speedway for the running of the 319 SID, I think that's pronounced, Sega 499. Talladega always provides twists and turns, and Thomen has a big 115-point lead over Avi Sachs, but that could all change after this race. We will see which one of these will be in contention for the championship, which one will have a run, will be assured of a title, or will have to fight his way to the title. So here we go. On the pole today we have the 40 of Matthew Ziegler, and on the outside is the 79 of Michelle Samedi. Starting third is the 55 Ethan Hamill, and fourth is the 23 of James Shelley. And starting fifth is the 30 of Ryan Acosta, and sixth is the 32 Dylan Young. Starting seventh is the 5 of John Radican, and eighth is the 99 of Pichu. Starting ninth is the 31 of Austin LaPlante, and rounding out the top 10, the points leader, Jonathan Thomen, in the 24. Avi Sachs, the only other competitor for the championship, starting in 28th. And one more thing, driving the 6 machine today is none other than Billy Bishop. I know, he's hated around NR2003 community, but he was released from his ride earlier for not commenting, and he is getting a 1-race deal. This is at least his last race of the season for Billy Bishop in the 6 machine, and he's starting in 30th. And then you'll have a world-recognized driver running in the 6th in Zenjoltis, and you won't believe who it is. Anyway, without further ado, let's hear those famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines!
Like I said, the championship chase could change all in an instant here at Talladega. So Thomen isn't assured of winning the championship right now. All he's got to do is survive here at Talladega and get lucky if Avi Sachs somehow does not do a good job here, and he will clinch the championship before we get to Zenjoltis. But Avi Sachs, he needs a miracle. He needs Thomen to wreck out, and he needs to have a great finish. A phenomenal finish, at least maybe a top 5 or even a top 10, or maybe even winning the race could help him out at the end. But either way, the championship picture may be finalized and or close to finalized after this race. Here we go. Matthew Ziegler leading us to the green flag. The rest of these the rest of these drivers are just going to here to play spoiler and racing for wins in the Pokemon Cup Series, because it'll be their last chance to do so this season, and then they'll have to get lucky to get cars and sign up for them next year. And the green flag is out. We're underway at Talladega. By the way, Matthew Ziegler came in as to replace Colin McNaught, who was also released for not commenting. Michelle Samedi, she's been close so many times, and she's going to try to finally get her first ever win. But it's only just 2 races left, and the competition is always fierce. But Ethan Hamill, he's going for the top. He's going for the lead. Hamill came close to winning at California, but he came up short. He's trying not to do so here at Talladega today. But John Radican on the bottom, he's getting drafting help from who else? Jonathan Thomen. And if Thomen could lead this lap, this could help him a lot in the championship. Oh, but LaPlante doesn't want to do so. Who's going to lead the first lap? I wonder. It's going to be... Wow, it was actually Jonathan Thomen by inch. No, it was John Radican. The score at first said it was Jonathan Thomen, then it had to take time to recalibrate it, and it was John Radican leading the first lap, so he denied Thomen of crucial points there. But what we hope, this might not be the last time we see of the 24, because this is Talladega. You never know what happens. And look at the run Austin LaPlante is getting for the lead. A great run on the bottom. He's the leader now. And we got ourselves the big one happening as the caution is now out for the first time today. We'll get back to that later. And Austin LaPlante will lead us under caution. I think there is a caution. I just saw yellow lights back there, so that's why we had a caution. And Daniel Day got spun out, but there might have been... Oh, Avi Sachs just got spun out as well. He must have been involved in one of the wrecks. The driver in second in the standings wrecks out at Talladega. This championship chase could be over before it even started. But we just have to wait and see, though. First, we have to see what happened in the first place. How did he get into this position? Anyway, Sarah Yitzhak, Kyle Beck got sandwiched, and they pushed down Nick Parasols in the process. Then they tried to get back up to save it, and then boom, they hit Daniel Day, and it was his teammate, Sarah Yitzhak, that bumped Sachs into the wall. Of all drivers, it was his teammates. Wow, they're going to be furious with each other tonight, and Sachs could not move his car and had to be sent to pit road. This could well hurt. This could make that wreck might have, if Sachs retired from this wreck, it might as well give him the championship to Thomen. And here's a slow motion onboard camera. There's Yitzhak getting into Avi Sachs. It wasn't really Yitzhak's fault. She was just bumped. She just got bumped by, one of those drivers spinning out. We got another spin behind as well. Oh my goodness. We got ourselves another spin. That involved Dom Capps. Dom Capps just got spun. Yikes. What a tough break for Avi Sachs. If he retires, the championship might have slipped through his fingers. But let's go back to Dom Capps. Let's see what that was about. Here it is again. Again, it wasn't Yitzhak's fault. It was Kyle Beck that pushed her up into the wall, and Sachs was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Oh, wow. The 6 of Billy Bishop wrecked out Dom Capps. And I could hear the boos from here, from Talladega from here, because they believe that Bishop did that on purpose. Well, I hope he didn't do it on purpose, because that would have been big trouble from the officials. But nevertheless, Capps has just spun out, and well, he is another victim of the wrecks today. And let's see if Avi Sachs retires. This is the moment of truth. And it's over. Avi Sachs finishes in dead last in Talladega, and Jonathan Thomen might have clinched the championship before we even hit Zandvoorts. That depends, though, where Thomen will finish in Talladega, if that is even going to be enough for him to clinch before we get to Talladega. It's still not over, so the championship chase is still not over. Thomen still has to finish the race or finish way ahead, a lot of spots ahead of Sachs to clinch the championship before we get to Zandvoorts. I know I'm using NR 2003's old point system to determine, but before I had nothing else to determine the points with, and I just found another program called Score 4. I hope you guys, well, some of you guys might have known already what Score 4 is, and I'm hoping to use Score 4 next year for determine the NASCAR Pokemon Cup Series point standings. I'm hoping Score 4 will help us determine our championship even more, make it closer than it was this year. I know you guys are pretty much disappointed that the champion might have been clinched before we get to the shocking season finale. But next year, I promise, in future series, I promise I will try to make it as close as possible. I'll try to make it unpredictable as possible. So, again, with NR 2003's point system, you're a little bit sort of limited to what you could do in the points. Unless you make some of them up, you add several points yourself or something. But that'll take a little bit of work and adding. And I really don't have too much time for that because, yeah, I'm busy. And I don't always get time to do the races when I want to. So, next season, I promise you, it will be a better point system. There will be a much more closer point system. We're using Score 4. Hopefully, it will work throughout the entire season. I am actually going to be trying to using Score 4 in the other series I'm doing in the INRL Benihana Cup series. I will try to use Score 4 to determine the points. If not, yeah, well, I guess we'll have to choose. So anyway, Abby Sachs is in 42nd. Unless if Thomen wrecks out too, that might have been over. That championship chase might have been over. Kyle Beck finishes in 41st. Chris Harley, Austin Geip, Rod Houston, John McNamara, John Radican, Pete Chu have retired. Daniel Day and Dylan Young are a lap down. I'm not sure if they're going to be on the bottom in this restart. Wow, and up and down 2 races for Dylan Young. He got his last time at California. He got his 3rd win of the season, joining the 3-win season club with Abby Sachs and Jonathan Thomen. But it hasn't been really well. But unfortunately, first half struggles prevented him from getting a championship spot, from competing for the championship. And Charles Roberts, I forgot to mention, Charles Dragon Roberts is actually also a member of the 3-win season club. Unfortunately, he posted spoilers and well, for spoilers, he was suspended for a couple races, and that cost him the chance to compete for the title. Otherwise, he would have been a big competitor, a big dark horse in the running. But nevertheless, well, you know, this is what happens when you spoil races. You get suspended, and you lose your chance to win the championship. So, quick lesson to all of you, a lesson to everyone watching this race, no spoilers. You spoil a race, you will have big consequences in series. So, I hope you guys are not thinking of spoiling this race. So, please do not post spoilers of this race here, and don't even spoil who won the championship in the next race. You probably already know by now who is it going to be, but please try not to spoil that in the comments below when we get to that point, because other people might not know the results. It may be unpredictable, it may not be as what we thought it would be, but please, just don't post spoilers at all. Don't say who won the race. Don't say who won the race, just enjoy the race, comment the race, with non-spoiler comments accepted, and you won't get suspended for a ton of races like Roberts did. And you may be competing for the title too someday. So anyway, we're back under green as Austin LaPlante is trying to join a 3-win-a-season club, trying to become the 2nd straight member in, and the green is out. Daniel Day and Dylan Young, you probably noticed already, they're a lap down and they're on the bottom. But LaPlante, he's using that to his advantage. He's pulling away quick. Alex Rago trying desperately to get through 2nd. Well, Alex Rago trying desperately to catch up, but the high side almost never works at Talladega. He's got to get lucky. But these cars can catch up pretty quick at a track like this, so you never know what happens. And speaking of Charles Roberts, he's in the top 10 right now. He's trying to win 4 races this season. Like I said, his suspension prevented him from becoming a championship contender, but 4 wins a season, he could be having a promising future in this series. And look at this, Alex Rago, he's got a good run on the 31, and he actually is going to take the lead on the next lap. Because LaPlante led the last lap, just passed. But wait a minute, Zach Robinson, he's going for the bottom. We have not talked about this guy at all this season. Zach Robinson has been almost a dark horse in the Pokemon Cup Series. He's trying to make the most of it. The closest he got to a win this season pretty much was his 2nd place finish in the Pokemon Cup Series, All-Star race. But he did win the showdown though. He did win the showdown. Here comes defending champion Tim Fralick. He's not going to be defending his championship. After Zenjoltis, Fralick will no longer become defending champion, but he still has that Season 3 champion. But there'll be one person in particular that will become defending champion at this end of the race. And that will be determined after Zenjoltis. But with all the chaos that's happened in Talladega, you probably know by now who it is. And I'm looking at the 24 car because of it. But hey, we're still going to have a good race. And Zen Joltis is still going to be great. Yeah. Robinson leading. Here comes Mason Wood. Wood has had a terrible season so far, and he hopes to turn it all around. Here comes Devin Whitston. Devin Whitston is going for second, though Leo Walker looking to come back here as well. And guess who's in the top 5 again? Jonathan Thomen. If he keeps up the top 5, it's all but over. Look at this, 4 wide for second, and that's an easy pass for Jonathan Thomen. And look at the 24 go. And oh, I just had to bring this up. A lot of drivers were asking for this number for some odd reason in the signups. And who knew this would become a championship winning car? Wow. Oh no, Sosnowski got him at the wall. No, he saved it. I thought Sosnowski got up into the wall there. For a second there was a little bit of nudge contact between them. But, well, that was close. Jonathan Thomen will lead a lap. He didn't lead the first lap, but he led a lap here at Talladega. That's some crucial bonus points for the 24. With Avi Sachs finishing in 42nd, it would be so weird if Thomen actually won this race. It would be very, very unusual. And if James Shelley runs well, he's in the top 5 too. Shelley could even be second. Who knows? James Shelley comes in as third in the point. He could actually take second away from Avi Sachs. But that could be good news for Thomen. That could be. We'll just have to see. And look at this. Guess who's competing for the lead now? Rohit Arvu. Michelle Samedi trying desperately to make a move, but obviously she can't. She's sandwiched between these two. Wow, it's the 12th lap already? Wow, it's been 12 laps already at Talladega. We still only had one caution. And that was Avi Sachs' wreck. That was the wreck that might have ended Sachs' chance of championship. But hey, Avi Sachs has 2 championships in a row from TA2. He won the S4R39 All That Cup Series and Season 2 of the WSCT Angry Birds IndyCar Series. Oh, I should say Prudential IndyCar Series, but now I'm renaming that series again in Season 3 when we get to that point, but we're far from that point yet. A lot more stuff is coming up soon, but we'll have to wait until we get to the F1 and IndyCar Series. And I just saw spins between Lawler earlier. Caution's out. LaPlante leads. I was right in the middle of talking future plans for TA2, and all of a sudden, Jacob Lawler just spun out. And he took a lot of it along, his friends along with him. Yeah, I just saw the spin, and I was trying to talk through it. Yeah, I don't think I did a great job, did I? But anyway, here's what happened on the spin right there. You see Nick Brockman sandwiches Mason Wood and Zach Robinson, and they all go for a spin. I think Kyle Sosnowski avoided that one. What a save by the 7. And then more wreck happening with Brockman getting spun by Wood, and the 87 also getting dumped as well. Oh boy. Wood, it was going to be a great finish for Mason Wood until that happened. Yeah, that's been the story of his season so far. Wrecking out. And the others trying to avoid it. Was there another wreck? No, those were the same drivers that were involved in the first caution. And I thought James Shelley would lead under caution, but Austin LaPlante came out of nowhere to take the lead away from the 23. And look at this, Alan Smith and Charles Roberts are pitting under caution. And I'm not sure how Alan... Oh, wow, they had contact with one another. Alex Ragow had contact as well. Oh, it must have been a little scuffle I didn't even know about. I gotta see this. Yeah, I gotta see how they got into a scuffle like that because, wow, that's an unscheduled pit stop. Oh, wow. There was another wreck under caution? My goodness, and this was, I think, bigger than the last one. Uh-oh, this might not be good. So a 3-wide battle between Gene Sanford and oh wait a minute, look at this, Billy, the 16 Joey Murray, and look at that on top. That's what everything caused. Charles Roberts, Devin Whitson sandwiched Scott Ferguson, and this wreck happened under caution. And Raga goes for a flip. Ryan Acosta gets a piece. And to think this all happened under caution. Wow. And oh my goodness, I think Thomen got a piece. I think Jonathan Thomen might have had a piece of that as well. We'll get an onboard camera of Thomen later, but here it is again. Here's where it all began. Scott Ferguson sandwiches Devin Whitson and Charles Roberts, and then they go 3 wide, and the 66 just flips upside down, does a couple barrel rolls, and yikes, that all happened under caution. Incredible. Let's go on board with Jonathan Thomen, see if he had any damage from that. He was on board with the 24. Let's see if he had damage. And you can tell this was under caution because of the engines trying to sound off a little bit. And here's where the impact happened. Wow, a great stop by the 24. He saved his chances. Wow. My goodness. He might have saved his chances there. And all to think, this all happened right after we got under caution. My goodness. I thought they were doing pit stops because they were running out of fuel, but it was a different reason altogether. My goodness, that's going to be an unpredictable Talladega. You never know what happens. You never know when what happens. I think we're going to have 10 more laps to go when we hit back under green. And the drivers retired are Charles Roberts, Scott Ferguson, Devin Whitson, Alan Smith, Alex Ragow, and Luke Walker, all retired. Daniel Day, Dylan Young still a lap down, but since we're going to have less than 10 to go, they may not be on the bottom of the leaders when we get back under green. Still anybody's race though, because we're going to only about. And I did say we're going to have 10 laps to go when they hit the stripe. I actually meant we're going to have 9 laps to go. So still anybody's race. Still a desperate 9 laps for anybody to make their moves up in front. Austin LaPlante, your leader. Then it's James Shelley, Trevor Harvey, Tim Frelick, Dustin Ray, rounding out the top 5. And all the top 5 has won a race this season. Samedi, Sanford, Murphy, and I think yeah, those drivers have not won this season. So it could be a first-time winner. It could be a repeat winner. You never know. Here we go. 9 laps to go at Talladega, and we'll see who will be driving in victory lane. It's gonna be intense. Here we go. The green flag is out for Austin LaPlante. And a great start for the 31 machine. He is doing well tonight. Kind of didn't even hear the cars there for a second, but I don't know. Anyway, Tim Frelick is going for second. He's going for that second position. He won last season's championship. He isn't going to win this season, but he's trying to make the most of it. He's trying to become a 2-time winner this season. Whoa, a little bit of commotion between Kostas Noski and Marshall Rich. But, well, it doesn't cause a wreck. Thank goodness. 8 to go. Look at Jonathan Thomen going forward and making it to the top 10. Maybe even the top 5. Oh boy, Thomen got a good run on the bottom. But wait, here comes Gene Sanford. Gene Sanford trying to get a win finally for the sister of runner-up Charles Sanford. Only Dean is competing, and the Sanfors have not been doing well this season. They are trying desperately to change all that. Here comes Devin Winston. Dustin Ray, I should say. Dustin Ray has not won a race since Talladega, and we're at the near end of the season. He's trying to finally go for 2 wins. Last season's Daytona 500 winner Jordan Davis came with 3 wins. Whitson is likely not going to get to that mark, but he's trying to at least get 2. And oh boy, the 79 Michelle Cimetti on the bottom of Thomen. Getting a pass on Jonathan Thomen. It's down to only these drivers. Almost all the top 10 are competing pretty much for the win. The others are just left in the dust. 6 to go here at Talladega. Michelle Cimetti now on the bottom of Marshall Rich. Rich helping the 79 out in front. And all this time, Austin LaPlante's been able to hang on. But it may not be for long. Here comes the 40. Here comes the 79 and 43. Joey Murphy trying to come back here with another win of the Pokemon Cup Series. Hasn't won since Season 3. Oh, there's contact between the 00 and 16. But no spin, and they're still able to keep it up to speed. Trevor Harvey isn't going to get his 4. He's not going to get 4 wins this season, but he could at least go for 2. Sosnowski trying to join the 3-win-a-season club. I know you may have seen the standings that he only has 1 win. He has 2 wins, as one of them he was retired after the race finished, and somehow that didn't count in the standings. No, it didn't count pretty much in the win column, I should say. 5 to go here at Talladega, and Marshall Rich is the leader. And the field pretty much separate a little bit. It's still anybody's race though. Trevor Harvey going for the win. Rohit Vaidarvu trying to win again. And Tim Frelick also trying to win again. And all this time, Jonathan Thomen has been in contention. No matter what happens, he's in good hands so far. 4 laps to go here at Talladega. And now the 00 has just taken the lead away from the 43. Trevor Harvey, your new leader with 4 to go. Oh no, Thomen on the bottom. Jonathan Thomen, all he's trying to do now is get his 4th win of the season. And we see the other drivers a little bit separate. We're still green. I just wanted to check something a little bit, but we're back. Here comes Dustin Ray getting help from Joey Murphy. Dustin Ray, he desperately wants to end his winless streak. Again, he has not won since the Daytona 500. He's trying to go back again. Still green with 3 to go, and it could be anybody's race. Here comes, and Ray is going to get it away from the 24 with 3 to go. Kyle Sosnowski now on the bottom. Kyle Sosnowski now on the bottom. Ray is your new leader. LaPlante trying to come back to the lead. And James Shelley way too outside. It may be over for the ones on the high side. It may be over for the ones on the high side, but still, it could go either way. Here comes the 31. LaPlante wants the lead back. He's led the most laps today. He's trying to turn into a win. Rohit Vaidarvu next up on the line. Vaidarvu on the bottom with 2 to go. LaPlante with the block. But will it last? 2 to go at Talladega. If we get a caution before the white flag, the race is over. We've had 2 cautions today at Talladega, but you never know when the next one may strike. Here we go. Rohit Vaidarvu going for the bottom. Oh no, he's stuck on the high side. That might not be good. Wait a minute, he's thinking thoroughly. He's thinking, he's having second thoughts. And it may be too little too late. And now the four competing for the win, Trevor Harvey and Tim Fralick on the bottom. Those might be the competitors. James Shelley, look at him getting a comeback on the bottom. Here comes Vade Arvu. Vade Arvu getting help from Fralick as they'll see the white flag. 1 to go at Talladega. And we're still green. That means we're going to race to the line. Tim Fralick though on the bottom. He's got it. Trevor Harvey though trying to help out James Shelley as well. Shelley on the bottom. No, Harvey on the bottom. Shelley on the bottom now. 3 wide for the lead. On the final turn. Here they come. Samedi's all stuck on the high side. She's not going to win, but she may have a chance to drop one of them to victory lane. Here comes the final turn. Shelley and Murphy. Here comes Murphy. Can Murphy have a chance? Here they come to the stripe. Final turn. Who's going to win? It's a 3-wide battle between Harvey, Shelley, and Murphy. It's going to be Trevor Harvey. Trevor Harvey might have won it. Trevor Harvey by inches might have won this race. Wow, what a close race here at Talladega. It's another close finish here tonight. And I just gotta see how close that was. I just have to see how close that was. My goodness, 3 cars battling for the win. What are the odds of that? Let's see what happened on the finish. 3 wide between Shelley, Murphy, and Harvey. And look at them going to the final curve. And there's the checkered flag. Let's see who won the race. Here we go in slow motion, and we're going to see that Trevor Harvey, by inches, wins this one. A little bit, I do apologize for that. There it is. There's the victory moment for Trevor Harvey. Wow, that was really, really close. Amazingly close. So Trevor Harvey gets his 2nd win of the season. How impressive that he came from the race 31 to return here. The difference was 9 1/1000ths of a second between him and James Shelley, and Murphy was behind him 29 1/1000ths of a second. Michelle Samedi in 4th, Kyle Sosnowski 5th, Tim Fralick 6th, Jonathan Thomen 7th, Rahid Vade Arvu 8th, Marshall Rich 9th, and Dustin Ray in 10th. And here's the rest of the field. I said earlier that Thomen, with a top 10 finish, could clinch the championship before Zen Joltis. Let's see if this is the case. Here we and it's official. Jonathan Thomen has clinched himself the NASCAR Pokemon Cup Series Season 4 championship before we head to the season finale. I know, it ruins all the suspense that the last race would have had, but I'm used NR2003's old point system. Before, when we started this season, I had no new point system I could think of using. There are a lot of point systems using that other users implement in their series, but unfortunately I didn't have a NR2003 scorekeeper or something like that at the time. And then in the middle of the 10 race span, I actually found Score 4, and that could be better than the NR2003's point system that they come with in the box. But well, I've seen other users use the same point system there, and it kinda isn't really as fun as it would be, as it should be. But nevertheless, though, it is too late. Well, it's way too late now. We're in the season finale to change up the entire point system and stuff. I know I'm gonna get some commenters and saying that it's not gonna be fun, but don't worry, Zen Joltis, it'll be fun. I will make it worth watching. I will try to make the season finale worth watching, even if our champion has been claimed before we get to that span. But oh well, doesn't matter anyway. But next season, I promise, I hope to use NR Score 4 to as the standings for the Pokemon Cup Series. I promise you, it might be closer than we had this year, but Nevertheless, well, we've already clinched our champion in the form of Jonathan Thomen from Balto Racing. I did not expect this to happen. Balto Racing, Mr. Gatch Fan 48 has himself an NR 2003 championship. Oh my goodness, I was mind blown. Honestly, I never expected this kind of result. I thought we were going to get a close finish, because we have had plenty of drivers with a ton of wins this season. We've had a couple in the 3-win season club. We've been having close races. We've had close results, and it's just unexpected, however, to see a champion like Jonathan Thomen come up to the stage. You will see him again next season, part of a reserve ride. As always, champions, past champions, defending champions, in this case it's Thomen, will get reserve rides for season 5, next season, the following season, just for that next season only. But you will see Thomen again, and I promise you, it's going to be it's going to be closer. I don't know how closer than this season is going to be. I'm going to be using score 4, but I promise you, it will be worth watching. It will be worth watching until the very end. So anyway, Jonathan Thomen, congratulations on him becoming Season 4 NASCAR Pokemon Cup Series champion. Abby Sachs will come in second, either that or third, depends on the result of the last race. It's 229 points back. No way you can catch up to the leader in this even just one race. That's pretty much done for. James Shelley will still be third, 306 points back, but a great season for him. He's had 2 wins. Not bad. Dylan Young just getting his 3rd win of the season back at California. He may be 4th, but it is a close call between 4th and 5th, so it may all change. The top 10 entirely may change after the race. It depends, though. Shelley does, Young after Talladega is still in the 4th spot. Gene Sanford in 5th. I'm kind of surprised to see Gene Sanford in the top 5, very surprisingly. But she hasn't won this season, but yet again, she's in the top 5. Again, all this could change after Zengultis. Kyle Sosnowski is going to be his 6th. He has 2 wins, actually, because, well, the NR 3 glitched up on the 2nd win. I don't know why I didn't count the 2nd win in the standing. It was the same win for the 3rd win of Thomen. I don't know why either. Austin LaPlante will come in 7th. He was one of the favorites to win the championship early, but then he collapsed in the second half, and he had that one race suspended for spoilers. But nevertheless, 2 wins is not bad. Nick Parasol finishes in 8th. A great rookie campaign for him. He wished he could have won, though. He wished, not me, his team wished he could have had better results, though. Ethan Hamill will come in, Ethan Hamill's currently 9th in the standings. 1 win for him, not bad. And Chris Harley in the top 10, he's 10th, but again, top 10 could change after Zengultis. This is just the standings after Talladega, heading into Zengultis. Harley has not won again this season. Someone, at least one of them, is going to have another victory, or maybe. And then you see 11th through 20th. Ryan Acosta, notably in 11th. He was the early points leader, an early favorite to win the title, but then he collapsed out of the top 10. Yeah, it didn't last. Tim Frelick, defending champion, season 3 champion, I should say. He would no longer be defending champion after the end of the season finale. He's in 15th, but 1 win in. Yeah, not bad. 1 win to increase his defense championship. It wasn't easy for him to win that season 3 title. It sure wasn't easy this season, but Frelick did have a positive result, and he had a couple top 5s and top 10s too. They're positive as well. And Jacob Lawler in 16th with 10 top 10s, and surprisingly only 2 top 5s. He hasn't won it this season. He's trying to finally do so in Zengultis. Sarah Yitzhak, teammate of Avi Sachs, gives Sachs kids a total of 4 wins. But oh well, it's a great season for them, for both. It's a benefit for both. I wonder if Yitzhak is going to return next season, or Sachs is going to have another Sachs Kids member step up to the plate next year. And the rest you see already. 21st and 22nd are Michelle Samedi and Dustin Ray. Dustin Ray is our Daytona 500 winner. Well, It started promising for Dustin Ray winning the Daytona 500, and well, after that, it went downhill from there, but he did get a couple top fives, and he did get good finishes after that, and he will forever be remembered for winning as a Daytona 500 winner. Michelle Cimetti in 21st, she's been so close many times, and she never was able to get a win. She's trying to do so in the season finale. And you see 23rd and 42nd. It's been an okay season for TA2 Racing. 3 wins in the season for Leah Walker, and Pichu had 2 wins. So not bad. After last season, none of the three TA2 drivers won a race last season. So it's a huge improvement, and they should be happy about that. Austin Guide, wow, he was the points leader halfway through the season, heading into the All-Star race, and it took a hard drop to 25th. But hey, he won Thornton. He won at Thornton, and he did win the All-Star race, so, well, positive. And others in the field you see here, and the rest of them are just replacement drivers that filled in for other drivers. We're going to have our 60th driver in the series this season alone with a new driver of the 6th. I'll let you know who that is. No, yeah, you probably know already that is, but for those who haven't watched it, I'll keep it a secret. Well, before we get to, usually this is the part where I tell you that the next race will be at this location you see on the screen. I do have a bit of a confession though to make. I did not test out this track with the mod we're currently using to see if the Zenjoltis Night could work well with the Nationwide Series 13 mod. That's the mod we're using for this series, this season. And I didn't test it out before we start the season, and when I finally got the chance to test it out, the results were poor. Cars were jumping everywhere, up and down, and it just wasn't raceable. So unfortunately, I hated to end the season on a low note, but unfortunately we're not going to be using Zenjoltis Night this year. We are going to be using Zenjoltis Day instead. And, besides, with the champion already decided before we got into the season finale, it wouldn't matter anyway. But I will still calculate points. It will still be a points-paying race, only it will be using score 4, if that's possible. I will add up all the points that all of our drivers earned in the season finale, and I'll add them to the standings you see there, and then, we'll just have our final top 10 results, have our final look, and, we'll just decide our champion that way. I shouldn't say we decide our champion. We've decided already. We already have a champion before we get to Zenjoltis. Once again, I do promise you that next season, I'm hoping score 4, if it works entirely, will be a lot closer than it was this season. I promise. So, next race we head over to Zenjoltis, the season finale, the Pokemon Cup Series. I know the champion has been decided before we got to that race, but I really appreciate it if you guys watch the season finale and post your final results up on that race, not on this race. Not on this race, because the season is not yet over. We have one more race left, and that's the Zenjoltis one. So save your final thoughts about this season until that season finale comes across. So don't worry, we have 2 new series that'll be probably just as exciting as we had this season. It was up and down this season for the Pokemon Cup Series, and it will all end at Zenjoltis. So hope you guys enjoyed Talladega. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget, new series coming up in a couple of days. So hope you guys will stay tuned for Zenjoltis, and we'll see you later.